meet you. I really wanted to, have you come on the show and tell your story and stuff like that.
Hey, it's nice to be here, man. I thank you for like reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, so what made you become a martial artist? Like what was the influence behind that?
My dad. My dad is the founder and creator of our style, Red Dragon Karate. My dad was my hero, and I wanted to be around him, so I went to the studio and started learning martial arts.
That and I hate that you guys get excluded out of everything because y'all pretty much as important as the Shakur side of the family as well. I just hate that they don't put y'all like in the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad people, like it and I enjoy the history and
Yo, 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 I'm back with another episode. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about my fourth favorite interviews of all time. My homeboy Mike Hendrix. We did this 8 months ago, and it's just crazy because he's been like one of my brothers now. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned so much from him. Like his energy is just impeccable. And just from how he carry himself now, that you would have never thought that he had a troubled past like he did. And I just had to, reach out. So when I do these interviews, I really just enjoy giving people a voice, giving people a chance to vent, giving a chance for people to promote or just be able to just showcase because it doesn't matter or it shouldn't matter about what a person's occupation or profession is. It's that everybody has a story, and I just enjoy meeting people and bringing people onto my platform. So just with him, just the fact that he just took his life back and just really just not only told but showed that it's possible. Whether you come from a bad neighborhood or you come from being fatherless or you come from troubled circumstances, that at the end of the day you still have a choice. And he's doing his thing, man, with the reels and the videos and just working out, becoming a personal trainer. I don't know what he does. I don't know if he really a personal trainer, but he does his thing, man, in the gym. So just the consistency on his part, and he has a good heart. He has such a way of making sure that he wants you to come up as well. So I don't know when you're gonna watch this, Mike, but just wanted to say thank you for coming on my show, coming to share your story, and just being a great guy. Don't change, but it's always a pleasure, man. And we're gonna have to do another interview, and I will always cherish that, man. But yeah, I'm out, y'all, and keep it locked for more videos. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 Show Chapter 2. Peace.
That like you have to control who you're around because you are the average of the five people that you spend the most time with, right?
Yeah.
And they don't have to be people that you talk to. Like, and that's what I didn't realize because all the people around me, I'm like, this is my group. Like, this is who I have to be. But you could actually stop talking to them if they're not who you're trying to be like.
Hmm.
And you can find those people in books. And now those books are the people you're spending the most time with. It's like they don't have to talk back to you, but it's those beliefs and stuff that you're learning. So honestly, like, I started changing the way that I talk inside there. I started protecting my energy, and I started just not allowing those people that I actually found out didn't care about me to be in my life anymore. So, and then of course I made the decision not to do drugs anymore because that was not good at all. And then, yeah, basically it was from there on, I put my head down and just worked to change the person that I was, because I wasn't happy being basically a drug addicted gangbanger. And like, because I was, my drug of choice is ecstasy. I sold a bunch of ecstasy. My best friend, his cousin was the chemist, so we had a super killer deal on jars, and I'm like, just I lost myself to it, and I was like, I can't touch any of this stuff anymore, ever again. And I mean, I'm 32 on Friday now, and I haven't touched any of that stuff. Literally, I quit smoking weed about a year and a half ago, and I stopped drinking a year ago. But I haven't done any kind of like other drugs than that since I was literally like 18. You know, so that's where it started. Like once I started changing my internal dialogue, I started saying that like I'm better than this. Like I don't need to be in this environment just because I don't know any better. You know what I mean? And I fell in love with like the things that started making me a better person. So like the working out, I found working out in jail, of course. But then I kept that going afterwards because it made me feel good. It kept me out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like couldn't get a job when I got out, obviously, because I had a ridiculous record. But I got into personal training at that time. So that's when my first, actually, before personal training, I started rapping because I didn't think that I could get a job. So I started doing music, and I fell in love with passion with that. And that's when I learned that you have to think that you're the best and you can do anything. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I found that with music, and I started getting shows. I started performing on stage. I opened up for Pusha T. Like, things like that started happening, all from my internal belief. And then I decided that that wasn't the life I wanted to do, because it was like super heavy drinking every weekend, because I'm doing shows, you know, I'm the headliner, of course I'm going to turn up and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
then I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it's not healthy. I'm going down like a path that I don't necessarily want to do anymore. Like, the shows were pretty hype, but there was like fights that started breaking out and stuff. I'm like, I don't really want to be a part of that. And so after that, continuing like with the entrepreneurial kind of journey, that's when like I was doing fitness during this time, like I said. So a bunch of people were asking me about like fitness advice. So I was like, I might as well just be a personal trainer, you know? So I can do that, take my knowledge, help teach people that stuff. So that's when I became a personal trainer, a nutrition specialist. Um, and then while I was doing that, I was also bartending on the side. And like one of my regulars at the time was like at Verizon or something like that, and he also had his real estate license. And he was like, bro, if you got your personal training license, which is, or it's a certificate, just like real estate, but it's the same kind of test. It's a state standardized test at PSI as the real estate exam. So he's like, if you could be a personal trainer and take that test, you can be a real estate agent. And I was like, well, like, this is my record and shit, you know, like I can't sell houses. He's like, bro, like, you're an independent contractor as a real estate agent. If you can pass the test, you can be an agent. So I'm like, shit, I'll try that then, you know? So basically what turned into me getting locked up and not thinking I have any other options turned into me finding the internal belief in myself to know that I have the power over my life and I can control what I can control, which will put you in the position of whatever you want, honestly. Like, if you make a decision and you stick to it and make that a goal, the only thing stopping you is you. So now, I mean, here I am. I've sold like probably like $5 or $6 million in real estate, and I literally have a home invasion on my record. And like people, I mean, obviously I don't like tell a bunch of new clients that I have a home invasion when I'm selling the house, but like,
Right.
if you talk to me, like when you first meet me, like you wouldn't think that I have a home invasion, you know, and like that I used to be a gangbanger, you know, like, but like you're saying, like you cannot stay in that position. Like you have to grow, you have to continue to change, or you're gonna keep getting what you got.
Hmm.
Like if I wanted to stick in jail and be like, oh, woe is me, and like, you know, you could take a jail sentence and do it like a victim, obviously, and then come out and go right back. But I never went back. I never violated probation over in 5 years, and I was max security probation. Like I had to check in every single week. I had a drug test every single week, and that's not easy. You know, it's not cheap
Right.
at all. But yeah, and then I started finding actual role models like in those books, and then I started just researching like entrepreneurs that either had a story like me or like really did come from like similar backgrounds and like see where they're at, because it's not just like a bunch of like